Good morning, Rabbi Isai. Leilu nishmasimi merosirus bas Mordechai. Sponsored by Fishel Gross for Shlema for Bryna bas Yenta Devora and Avraham Yosef ben Chana for Shlema and the Cholah Meron for all the safety of our chayalim guarding us. Sponsored by Yehuda Schef. Leilu nishmas my great aunt Chava Nisel bas Shmiel Elyah. This was from yesterday. I mentioned this, so I'm just going to read it quickly from Aaron Sittner. Good vach rebelli. If you were taking a poll on what people learned Shavuos night, I decided to learn that Tosfos on Lamed Gimel Lamed Daled, the longest Tosfos in Shas. I finished it right when they began brachas Kol Tov. Somebody came over to me and said maybe he was in Manchester, because in Manchester, Ma'ariv is at 11:30. The Sud is over at about 1:30. Shachris is at 3 o'clock. So maybe he learned for an hour and a half. I mean, how long can the longest Tosfos in Shas take? Shlomi Klein. Here's another one you could add to the annals of unread Shlomi Klein emails. There are a few. I'm going to get to them. Be'ezer Hashem. I'm working my way there. Just wanted to clarify and make sure you understand that when we fail and don't remember our learning, it's not because we chas v'shalom hold like the Heilige Goyim. It's simply because we are human and prone to failure. We don't pasture on fields that don't belong to us. As Lubavitchers, we are nothing if not loyal. All kidding aside, I'm one of those that are embarrassed and at the same time proud to say I finished Sfiras HaOmer for the first time with a bracha. Just for that it was kedai, all the effort. He's in his 40s. It's his first time ever. A big part of which was thanks to you and the MDY crew. Where's the Chemia? Is he around? He's not here. The Havas Yisrael combined with the Havas HaTorah of our Chabura is surely bringing nachas to the Rebbeinu Shalom, and it is a true dugma chaya for Klal Yisrael. Best wishes for a safe and healthy summer with love and admiration. Your Talmud Shlomi Klein. Avraham Farkovich says, my wife would post the MDY sphere notice on her status, and at least 5 people told her that they only made it to 49 because of her post. Just another MDY public service. Keep on daffing. The Olam likes it. The Olam likes it. Keep on daffing. It's a keeper. I take all credits for that one. Keep on daffing. David address, or with his bull. You don't have social media, but he has a thing, a bull. He was schlepping a bull, and he says, "Watch the shir, Olzach." Mati will explain to you. Rabbi said you could still send in your Sfiras HaOmer things. It brings me a lot of nachas. I don't care that it's 5 days later or whatever. 2 weeks later, we're going to be reading this for 49 days straight. I know this email is a bit late, but first of all, I must thank publicly all those who help run their shir seamlessly every day. Second of all, I want to thank all who are involved in the wonderfully designed daily sphere reminders. I personally don't think I would have been able to make it through the whole sphere without a bracha. With a bracha, Yeshua Koyach, sincerely, Yosef Mack. All right, Rabbi Isai. Oh, we had time for another one. I didn't bring enough emails today. Okay. Today is Daf Lamed Tes, and we are holding 5 lines from the bottom of Lamed Ches, Amud Beis. Omar Rabbi Chia Bar Abba, Omar Rabbi Yochanan. Kivin sheyatzu roiv shnoisav shel adam v'lo chata, shuv einoi chayta. Once a person goes through most of his life, they're not going to trip him up. If a person wants to do Averis, there are those like Yochanan Kohen Gadol who obviously all the way at the end of his life, they went off. It's possible, but it's not natural. Shuv einoi chayta shenemar raglei chasidov yishmar. A regel in this case would be the end, like the bottom of your foot. So we have different drushes. What regel means? Yesterday, regel means because. Now it means the end. Same pasuk. Ragli chasidov yishmar. The end of a person's life, HaKadosh Baruch Hu will protect, so the person doesn't do averis. The Reb Shila Amri kivin shabal yodit var aver pamri shoyna ushniya. Eine chayta. Ve'ene chayta. Shuv eine chayta. If a person was able to overcome an Avera once and then twice, and he doesn't sin, he won't sin again. So over here, the word Shenemar Ragle Chasidov Yishmar. So Ragle over here is like a yontif, like a rega, like an occasion. So if it happened once or twice, Yishmar. We'll have Shmira. Omer Shlakish. Maidachsiv im laleitzim hu yolitz. Look at this pasuk. Im laleitzim hu yolitz. If he goes towards the Litzanim, he himself will be a letz. But if a person gravitates towards the humble people, Yitein chen. It doesn't say Yanev, he himself will become Anav. Yitein, he'll be given the Midas Anava, that's yours, that green bag. Yeah. Yitein chen. So, if a person wants to go off the derech, wants to do an avera, let's say, they allow it. They're not going to stop him. However, if a person decides he wants to get on the bandwagon, start the daf, do something positive, you see that HaKadosh Baruch Hu helps him out. Whereas by avera, he doesn't help him. He allows it. You want to go? Go. Over here. Sure. In terms of what? The mitzvah d'avera. What, the Marshon now here on this sugya? Stam, you're asking a question. But Derech Shalom writes to Leah, Moilichin Oisai applies also to Avera, you say. So, okay. Moilichin can mean that they accompany him. Doesn't mean that they help him out. They give him special powers and special siyata d'shmaya, and they mizamin the daver to come to him. I don't know what it means exactly. Okay, Messiah means literally to help, make it easier for him. All of a sudden, a Gemara comes to your mail. Whatever it is, you have things happen. All of a sudden, different nisim happen. You want to learn Torah? Because Baruch is going to make it easier for you. Tana the baby Shmiel. Person would sell. He sells two products, kerosene and a fire simoin, balsam. Balim doid neft. So a customer comes. He wants to buy some fuel. Hey, this is a self-service gas station. Do it on your own. But the good smelling stuff. This is New Jersey over here. We do it for you. You can't take your own fuel. It doesn't work like that. Because I need to measure it. I want to benefit from the good smell. So that's like yes, no. What, you're from New Jersey? You know what I'm talking about, right? You pull into the gas station. No. An extra 25 cents per gallon. Tana very small. Sometimes you pay the extra 25 cents, you do it yourself. It's still cheaper than New Jersey. Yeah. My chavrusa once drove from Eretz Yisrael to New Jersey. Okay. Tana the very small. You know those guys? They drive literally 2 hours to save, and they forgot the cheshbon, the fuel and the whole thing, but they saved money. Tana very small, like me in Elyah when I forgot to fill up. Tana very small. Oh no, I didn't. So let me. What? You see, that's why a person becomes metumtum, becomes a shaita, starts repeating the same stories over and over. You know why? Because averis. Shenemar v'lo yitzitamu bahem v'nitmeisem bam. Where does it say this? By nevela. But it's all averis. Avera makes a person metumtum. Al tikri v'nitmeisem elo v'nitamtem. Why should I read it like this? Why should I read it v'nitamtem? It doesn't say v'nitamtem. It says v'nitmeisem. It's missing in the Aleph, says Rashi. It does say v'nitamtem. If you read it, you could read it v'nitamtem. Because why does the Torah say without an Aleph? The way you write tamei is always with an Aleph. And here the Torah says it without an Aleph. It's to teach you that when you do an Avera, especially machalas asuros. That's one of the biggest things. Machalas asuros, keeping kosher is like the first thing you're supposed to keep because it brings timtum alev. Very interesting thing I saw this morning. What would you say if a person ate, like the famous story, I said it once and I got yelled at by Nachman, I don't remember what, I'm scared to say the story now. The Reshiva that was on the plane and he had a sandwich and he went to wash, and when he came back, he said, no, I'm not going to eat it because it's basar and salam and ayin, and he put it away, and then the guy next to him said, Rabbi, why did you not eat it? And he said, we have a law that basar and salam and ayin. He says, it's a murdic law because while you were gone, I switched your pastrami for my pastrami, and I wanted to see a Jew eat non-kosher, but it didn't work. Okay. That's what he said. He wanted to taste kosher pastrami. Interesting. So then, right. So I said it last time I said it, there was a debate if it's true or not true. This is exactly what happened last time. I remember. You said this and he said that. It was great. There was something that happened. I got yelled at. I don't know what. It's not true. What would happen if this Rosh Hashiva sat down and ate the non-kosher sandwich? That's what was wrong about the story. It wasn't a Rosh Hashiva. He was a Rebbe. Whatever he was. What would happen? I'm asking, what would happen if he ate it? Would he have timtum alev? Is it the non-kosher food that ruins? Everybody says yes. Besides the Ben Ish Chai who says no. I also thought like you. That's why I thought it was a big chiddush. I saw this morning. Ben Ish Chai says if you do it by mistake, it doesn't cause timtum alev. It's not the food, it's the ma'aseh achil. Okay. You would always think that, like even b'shayik, you should try to, if you're in the hospital and this, try as much as you can.
That's a mitzvah.
That's what he's saying. Okay, no, he didn't say it. He said it when he didn't know. You used the loss. That's not, I know, but according to everybody here, it doesn't matter if you're anus or a shoygeg, the food causes. It does something to your neshama, whether you like it or not. Strange, I know. Chiddush. I only say chiddush in mir. I'm only saying things that are gonna make you a little meshugi. I'm trying to get a reaction. That's it. If it was pashut, I wouldn't say it. If a person starts off with a little avera, like everything else, I was thinking to myself, like this is very common. People start, let's say, with alcohol. And then they build it up to weed, and then from weed it goes to it just keeps on going. That's teva adam. I'll just do this little aveira. It ends up chas v'sholom with a much larger aveira. And if being tomei down here, tomei up there. Unbelievable. The tumah doesn't just remain here in this world; it goes up with the person. You should be kadosh. Adam mekadosh atzmoi me'at, mekadshon oisei harbe. If a person is mekadosh himself in a small amount, Baruch Hu habol tar misayim oisei will become more and more tar. Maybe you can learn a yisoid also over here, and I think this is emes yisoid. I don't know if you can learn from here, but at least that's what I saw. A person that wants to be mekadosh himself should be mekadosh himself ma'at. You don't jump in like a meshugana and do everything in one shot. You don't learn shots in one day. A little bit. You add another 20 minutes of learning, then it becomes 30. Lot. You do a little will end up being a lot. If a person is mekadosh himself in this world, with eating properly and varm shebekdusha, mekatchen oisei milamalo, he gets that kedusha up there above in the olam ha'emes. B'olam hazeh, mekatchen oisei la'olam haba. Hadron aloch omar le'ma memuna, hadron aloch omar le'ma memuna, hadron aloch omar le'ma memuna. All right, so we're talking about the two goats on Yom Kippur, the special official Mishnah sponsored in honor of the entire MDY team. And there's a Mordecai team. We have a Gershon. We have Mordechai Seltzer. And we have Yosef Biliak. We have Noam Fix and Avi Kamiansky right here. Who else do we have here in the room? Yeshua's not here today. That's the team for here. Who else? I'm missing. Who? Yeah, I'm part of the team. Reuven Chait. Who? Yo Bergman, CEO. Nechem is not here today. Gewaltig. Okay. Says the Mishnah, Toraf. Toraf means to grab, says Rashi. Other Rishonim say it's different. Toraf means to mix up. Rashi learns it's to grab quickly. So, here's the box. And I noticed, by the way, this, I don't know if you could zoom in. The detail on this picture was crazy. He has little skin imperfections and here, it's about detail in this picture. You should see it. I don't know if you're able to see. I don't know. Anyway, discoloration. Fine. He has a box, and in the box is two pieces of wood. One piece of wood says Lashem, the other one says La Azazel. Lashem, La Azazel. And he sticks his hand in quickly and grabs, very quick, because you don't want him to have time to feel around. He'll feel Lashem, La Azazel, he'll be able to make it out. And he wants, what he's trying to do really is with his right hand, get the one that says Lashem. Lashem, it's counterintuitive for me at least, because you think of Yom Kippur and the two Sirim, the one that you push off the cliff. Over here, it seems like from the Sugya that the one that, yes, it's very chashiv. The one you push off the cliff brings the kapar v'klai Yisrael and everything, but the one that he's trying to get is Lashem, the one that's shechted in the Beis HaMikdash and stays in the Beis HaMikdash. Torah bekalpi v'helo shnei goros. He sticks it in both of his hands and grabs both of the lotteries. Echad kosav olav Lashem, ve'echad kosav olav la'azazel. Hasgam b'yaminoi. Deputy Kohen is standing on his right, maybe a little behind to the right. V'rosh b'is'ab mismoiloi. And the head of that day's mishmar standing to his left. If he was able, and matzliach, and we're going to see in the Gemara that for years, when Klai Yisrael was doing the right thing, it always happened that the Kohen Gadol grabbed with his right hand the word Lashem. If that's what happens, Hasgan Oimer Loi, this Gan who happens to be standing on his right side, he says, Ishi Kohen Gadol Hag B'yimincha. Lift up your hand. Lift it up with that Lashem. Oh, we have a picture. Stop. The more the better. Visualize it. Here he is. Here's this Gan, and he says, raise your hand, and he raises his hand. V'im shel shame ola b'smoiloi. But if it happened that he grabbed it with his left hand, Rosh B'sav oimerloi, the one on his left, which is the Rosh B'sav, he says, Ishi kohen gadol hag b'smoilcha, lift up your left hand that has the Shem Hashem. Nisanan al shnei asir. Now, so right in front of him he has these two goats, as you see in the picture. Mordechai, do me a favor, could I get the goat, please? Shkoyach. So he has the two goats in front of him. So he just puts his hand down exactly where it is. His right hand goes on the goat that's in front of him to the right, and his left hand goes on the goat that's to the left of him. So according to the Tanakama, he says two words. Lashem chatos, as it says in the pasuk, vaso chatos, he shall make it a chatos. He has to make this goat a chatos. How does he make it a chatos? By saying, by declaring, Lashem chatos. He has in his hand a piece of wood that says Lashem. Okay, Lashem chatos. Rishma loimer lo yetzorch loimer chatos elo Lashem. All he says is the word Lashem. And then everybody says Baruch Shem Kivod Malchusei Lo'olam Va'ed. And what happens when he says that? Huh? Oh, beautiful. Lo'olam's holding cup. This is what happens. Everybody's on the ground. Bishtachava, like in the Churva. If you can picture it. There, what? There's no socks. Very good. You thought about that for a while? Pitachta Saki, but there's a lot of simcha from the Saki. It's not a sack, it's a saki. Yeah, okay, fine, I get it. What? He's not saying Baruch Shem Kivay Malchus Le'Lamot. Everybody else besides him. He says Lashem. Lashem is with the Shem Hashem. Yud Kei Vav Kei, he says. The 4 letters. Yud Kei Vav Kei. And they hear that. They have to bow down immediately and say Baruch Shem. Like we said yesterday. He says it. Zeicher Tzadik Livracha. 2 psukim we have, yeah? Human beings? Oh, these guys. I'm picturing this. Actually, these. I was like, what? Okay, so what are you asking? Let's see. Where are they facing, though? Time out. No. Let's go back. Where are they? They're over here by the doors of the Heichal. Their head is this way. They're in the Darim, right over here. This is where it's taking place. But who says where they're facing? Who said? I think their head is facing. Who said that they're? What does it say about the Kohen? Where's he standing? He was standing towards the Kodesh. Right. So first of all, there's no Mizbeach here, but he's saying the Galalim to the Kodesh. They're facing Shari Nikner, so their rear is to the Kodesh HaKadoshim. Isn't the Kohen should be facing Kodesh, right? So that means the goats are facing. No. Oh, here, look, like in this picture. You see? Everybody's facing the same direction. And that answers Noam's question. They're facing away from, their head is facing Kodesh HaKadoshim. Okay, great. That's why we need these pictures. With the picture, I didn't pay attention. The goats are not facing them. The goats are facing away from them. He has to lean over and reach over the goat and put. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Even in the picture, it's there. It's in the picture. It's hard to see, but it's in there. It's in here. The piece of wood is right here. Says the Gemara, why does it have to be quick? So he doesn't figure out what's what and pick one that he shouldn't have picked. The whole box was made out of wood, as you can see right over here. It didn't have Kedusha, it was bought with regular money, not Kaddish money. It could only hold 2 hands, and that's it. I can understand why it only could hold 2 hands. So he doesn't pay attention to what he's picking. Why can't it have Gedusha? No, you don't make a klishar, it's made out of wood. V'navda the kesef, what's the big deal? So v'navda the zav. Couldn't afford it. Says the Gemara, HaTorah chasa al mamonim shel Yisrael. Very, very strange. The Torah, and Rashi brings that the Torah says, take all your stuff out of the house. Now it cannot be, says Rashi, it's a whole famous Gemara. It can't be the Torah is telling you take out your silver, your gold, and your metal, because that could go to the mikvah. What's the Torah telling you to take out? Klicheres that have very little value. So you see, the Torah cares about even klicheres. So certainly the Torah wouldn't want you to make golden kelim. Now, what about the fact that we just learned the other day that the Kohen Gadol wore a shirt that cost 18 mana? Could live for 9 years for that? All of a sudden, the Torah lo chasam? No, his mother made 100. Huh? All right. Welcome back, everybody. Sorry to the YouTubers. Maybe Yosef, you could chop. I trust you. Anyway, so the question is, if everything was made out of gold, everything, the kalim, the handles of the knives, we said the handles of the axe, the begadim of the Kohen Gadol cost 9 years worth of salary. So one of the answers that I liked is that this is a machshir l'machshir. This is a machshir to a machshir. In other words, we need the goal is to get the animal to figure out what's a chatas. So you make a goyrel, and you make a goyrel in a box. So that's 3 steps away from the mitzvah. That we don't have to do. Hold on. Enjoy the teretz, and then ask a kasha.
Yeah, enjoy it.
Yeah, you did.
Moments of Yom Kippur right now. You take this Suri, throw them down Lazazel, and you say no, but let's do it from wood.
It's a box. It's the tissue box. It's the box that holds the tissues that the Kohen Gadol blows his nose right before he does the avodah. It's too many steps away to make it out of gold.
Golden grapes aren't even 1 step.
Golden grapes is for the. We're going to get there today. Actually, we're going to get there. Okay. Yeah.
There's no way. Oh, it's a good kasha.
From the kasha start finish. No, what's your teretz? The.
That's fine.
Yeah.
That's not good. No.
Okay, begadim is no. So I had it right. I didn't. The reason why the begadim it's more than that. I didn't understand this teretz so much because yes, the goyrel is once a year, but it's every year once a year. The big day kahuna is once a year and can only do it once. You have to throw it away or let the kohen head use it. Okay. Anyway. Mas Nisin says the Gemara, Mas Nisin loy kaitano. The Sanya Rabbi Yehuda Mishum Rabbi Eliezer Azgan v'Kohen Gadol Machnisin Yodam B'Kalpi. Right there we have a question because it says that 2 people do the goyrel. There are 2 hands from 2 different people, not the Kohen Gadol with his right and left. Rather, it's 2 right hands, one of the Kohen Gadol, one of the Zgan. If the Shem Hashem comes out in the Kohen Gadol's hand, great. Hazgan Omer loy Ishi Kohen Gadol Agbe Yimincha. Raise your right hand. Bibi minishas gan Elyah, and if this gan was oichen the Lashem, roish bisava imer loy lekayin gadol daber milach. So the one to the left tells him, Kohen Gadol, say your thing. In other words, say Lashem chatas, make it into a kaddish. V'nei gan. Why is the Beis Av saying it? Let this gan tell him daber milach. Says the Gemara, given the loy salig biyadei chol shadaitei. The Kohen Gadol will kind of like be stuck in the Kohen Gadol. This God is the one that won the lottery, and now he's telling him, "Oh, you say this." No, so let another person say it. But Michael Mifli, what's the source of the machlokes? What's the machlokes here? Is it 2 people doing the goyrel or the Kohen Gadol doing it? Mar Savar Yemina this Gan Adif Mismali the Kohen Gadol. We have a problem here. The Kohen Gadol has to perform all the avodas, every single one. So perhaps you don't involve another individual. You shouldn't be involving another Gan Kohen Gadol. But on the other hand, if the Kohen Gadol does it himself, he has to use his left hand, and the avodah should be done with the right hand. So what do? That's the machlokes. No, our Mishnah holds that they're equal, and the Kohen Gadol should do it himself. Interesting. Who's muchulak and says the Kohen Gadol should do everything? Rabbi Chanina is gana koyanamu. Rabbi Chanina, who was the Zgan Kohen, he argues. The Sanya Rebbe Chanina Zgan Kohen Moimer. Lamas Gami Minoi Shem Ira Boy Psul B'Kohen Gadol. Why is this deputy always to the right of the Kohen Gadol? Just in case something happens to the Kohen Gadol. Nichnas Ganu Mishamish Tachtov. So Rashi's second pshat is from here you see that the Zgan doesn't perform any avodah whatsoever. All he does is he stands ready to jump in. He's the vice president. He's ready. If the president gets killed, something out, he jumps in. But he doesn't perform anything, even part of the lottery with his right hand. Tana Rabbana. David is a niggin. Arba'im shana. No. Arba'im shana sheshim is Shimon Atzadik. The 40 years that Shimon Atzadik was a Kohen Gadol in the Bayis Sheni. Here's a question. This is going to depress people. What was the famous memra that Shimon HaTzadik said? Not everybody together. It's in Avos, the second Mishnah in Avos. Who said? Yosef Miller. We missed you that day. That come up here. You're supposed to be up here then. Yosef Miller, come! You gotta come. What do you mean? You're in the house. So you get over here. No one's putting down his head. He's all babusha noirava oyan. Really? Wow. That's more than enough. What do you mean more? This tzaddik right over here, together with Yosef Biliak and Robert Links, this is the guy, this is the third one, the missing link. He was in the hospital with his son 903 days ago, because it was 900 days. You heard about this? You guys didn't hear about it. You didn't hear. The day I called him up and I said, I met you, it was 900 days exactly to the day. So today is 903 for him. And he just was mechaven. What do you say? What did Shimon HaTzadik say? That's Shimon HaTzadik. Yishkoyach. Tzaddik. Keep it up. Refuah Shleima. What? Oh, the 3 is for the Shloisha Dvarim. Very good. It's 900 plus 3. I missed the joke. Get over here, Avi! Get over here! What are you doing? Get over here! Okay. But nobody knows what you look like. You want to come here? All of a sudden he becomes shy. He appears in front of the judges, Yom V'Layla, and now he's shy. All 40 years, the Kohen Gadol sticks his hand, he pulls out, with his right hand, he pulls out Shem Hashem. But from there on out, it was 50-50. It was regular lottery. In the Beis HaMikdash, they put a red string from here to here. And it's chaval. If I just had some time to buy the string, wow, it would have been murdik. But anyway, what do you think? I didn't buy a string. Of course I have a string. What do you laugh? But I don't know how to tie it. It's yeah, okay. You'll see. I have it all figured out. First of all, it's not so pashut. It depends if you guys are worthy or not. Here's your goat. This thing, if Klal Yisrael is doing the right thing, it turns into white as it falls. How do we know? There's another one tied on the tree. And now watch this. Watch this turn to white. You ready? You throw it. Oh, the trick didn't work. Or maybe you guys are whatever. Okay, fine. Zok the Gemara. It wasn't so pashut from then on. So Ner Maravi. Real quickly, we're mamish running out of time. If there's a machlokes, was the menorah like this in the heichal or like this? Now, if it was like this, as you walk in, you bump into this ner right over here. So Maravi means one west of the eastern candle. Very interesting. So it's the second candle. But if the menorah was this way, going north to south in the heichal, so the Maravi is the center one. And if you look closely, I don't know if you can see, Gershon, is there any way you could zoom in on this menorah even more, as much as you can? You'll see that the 3 on this side face the center, and the 3 on this side face the center. But this one is actually facing the wrong way. It goes this way, towards the heichal. Okay. You see? I don't know if you can see, but anyway. Okay, forget it. When he has the remote control, Okay. So the Maravi in that case would be the center one. But we understood it until now that the menorah is going sideways, so the Maravi would be, as you walk into the Beis HaMikdash, you bump into candle number 1. West of that candle number 1, which is candle number 2, is Maravi. It lit a lot longer than all the other ones, and they would light the menorah from it. In other words, it was a tremendous nace, because they all had the same amount of fuel, and that lit the longest. Sometimes there's a nace, sometimes not. This is the fire on the maracha. It would just burn. The kohanim didn't have to bring wood for the maracha. This is a little bit embarrassing because we just learned the sugya, I don't know, 15 days ago or so. What was mizgaber? the fire from Hashem or the fire of the wood? What had the power to consume? Nu Levi with the Chazara. We said then that the fire of Hashem didn't consume other things. It was the wood, the wood that the Kohanim put on, that was misgaber. And there's no need for more wood. Here in this picture you can see the two pieces of wood that there was a mitzvah to put in the morning and the evening. That was a mitzvah. Sometimes the flame was enough, sometimes it wasn't enough. And Kohanim would have to fuel it all day long. And there was a special blessing in a bracha in the omer that was brought on the second day of Pesach, and the 2 loaves of bread, when you bring the 2 loaves of bread on Shavuos, and the 12 loaves of bread on the shulchan. Any kind that had a kezayis, it was satiating, you could eat a kezayis and be full. There was a curse. It was the size of a bean, and it wasn't enough to satiate. The tznuim, they wouldn't take it all. And the fressers would chop and take. I guess we don't have time to go into this. What if you only have a little piece of matzah, you don't have a kezayis? Should you eat it? Should you not eat it? Based on this Gemara. Ben Chamtzon. Chamtzon, a guy that chaps, a type of a ganav during the day. So they call him a chazer. They were all like that. That's a taisis on Amud Aleph. Omar Rabbi Bar Shelo, Maikra. Where do you see this in the pasuk? Elokai palteni miad rasha mikaf ma'avel v'choymetz. So you see, choymetz means to grab, to be a ganav. Rav Amamacha limdu heitev dirshu mishpat ashru chamoitz. Ashru chamoitz v'alta ashru choymetz. You should support the one that's robbed and not the one that robs. Okay, it's halacha l'maisa. If 2 people come to Bezdin and one of them is the one that had the avla done to him, you should deal with him first, deal with the other guy second. Tana Rabban. Sponsored for Shmooze, for Shidduch fest, Devora bas Leah Gittel and Devora bas Suri, and Leilu nishmas Meron victims, and Refuah from Meron victims, then the MDY Chabura is truly a big family. Zok the Gemara. Tana Rabban. Oisa Shana Shemeis ba Shimon HaTzadik, Omer Lahem, B'Shana Zu Hu Meis. Shimon HaTzadik, he knew when he's going to die. He said, this is the last year. How do you know? Listen to this, Rabbi Isai. If you came just for this piece, it's kedai. Omar lahem b'chol yom haKippurim. Every Yom Kippur, mizdamanli zokin echad lobish levanim. There's an old man wearing white. V'atav levanim. Nichnasimi v'yatzimi. Question. How is it possible? How could somebody go into Kodesh HaKadoshim with him? You can't even have a malach go into Kodesh HaKadoshim with him. What does it mean? He saw somebody coming in with him. It's a false vision. You know what the Pshat is? Says the Taisis Yishanim. It's HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. This old man is HaKadosh Baruch Hu. In Refuah, HaKadosh Baruch Hu appears to the Nevi'im like a human being, sort of. Zoken echad lovish levanim. V'atav levanim. Nichnasim v'yotziimi. V'yoyim nizdam li zoken. And he's wearing a yarmulke, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'yoyim nizdam li zoken echad lovish chayrim. V'atav chayrim. He had a head covering, but it was all in black. Mamish like in our day. The collar wears white. At a funeral, you wear the black suit with the sunglasses, black. He went in, but never came out with me. So that's it. It's all over. Achar regel, the first Yontav after Yom Kippur, which is Sukkos, Cholah Shiva Yomim, he was sick, he was ill for 7 days of Amaze, and indeed, Shimon HaTzadik died that year. From that day on, they stopped saying Birkus Kaihanim with the Shem Hashem Mefurish. Tana Rabban. 40 years before the Churban, for the exact opposite. Not only did it sometimes happen, sometimes not, only in the right hand, it never happened. The Kohen Gadol was never successful in grabbing the name of Hashem in his right hand. And never was the red string on the goat's head did it ever turn white. And the Ner Maravi wasn't different than the other Neres. The doors of the Heichel would just suddenly open up. And that's a siman that the enemy is welcome to come in. At Shagar ben Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai yelled at the doors. Amar Loi, Heichel, Heichel. Why are you scaring yourself? I know the end of you, you're a goner. Okay, you are going to open up your doors. That's the nevuah. But why 40 years early? Close your doors. Behave. Omar Rabbi Yitzchak ben Tavloi. Why is the Beis Hamikdash called Levanon? Shemal bin Avinisem Yisrael. We don't have the Beis Hamikdash. The Beis Hamikdash had the ability to whiten the Averis of Klai. So he just said, the red string became white. Why is the Beis Hamikdash called a forest? The Chsiv, Beis Yar Levanon. My Yar Milavlev, just like the forest blooms. What does it mean? It blooms. And this is a Gemara we had already, almost. And this is what Nachman was saying before. He planted golden trees. What do you think? Money grows on trees? Yes! Gold grows on trees. They bloomed on time and they had pears. Like if the apple tree would have apples in April, that's when it had the gold. And they fell down with the wind. What does it mean, yirash? It made noise. Imagine golden fruit knocking against each other creates a lot of noise. These 4 words we didn't have in the other sugya. That the Kohanim were able to sustain themselves through these fruit. Some ask, but it's Meila, how could you use the fruit? But they had permission to use it. We are going to be using these peros. So they put the goyrel on top of the 2 goats. The Kohen Gadol mentions Hashem's name, Bimiluya, with the 4-letter Shem, Yudke, Vavke, 10 times. Gimel, Bevide Rishon, when he leans on his par and he says, Ona Hashem. And he says, Ona Hashem Kaper, and he starts off, Ona Hashem Chatasi, Ona Hashem Kaper, and then he says, Lefnei Hashem. So it's 3 times. Ushleisha Bevide Sheni. He does video again on the par. And then he adds the Kohanim in there. And 3, as we had yesterday, he says vidui on the goat that he throws off the mountain. There's no dam over there. The kapara is with vidui, and he mentions Klai Yisrael in there, and he says Hashem's name 3 times. And as we said here, Chatos Lashem. That's the 10th time. Ukvar Omar Hashem, and it once happened. He said Hashem's name. And they were able to hear the voice all the way to Yericho. Omar Rabbi Barbachana, Mirushalayim Yericho Asar Parsois. We had this many times, right? I remember Mordechai Seltzer doing the cheshbon. From Yerushalayim all the way to Yericho is 10 parsa. When you open this, the squeaking of the hinges, you're able to hear B'shmoina Tchume Shabbos. A tchum is 2,000 amma. Times 8, 16,000 amma, which is approximately 3 miles, let's say. The goats would sneeze from the smell of Ktoiris. Those who lived 10 parsa away didn't need perfume. They had the Ktoiris. But a kala wears like extra special, extra more perfume. She lives in Yerushalayim. She doesn't have to put the extra. But a kala in Yericho, for instance, would have to put some extra perfume. Omar Rebbe, all the way in Hari Michmor, they were sneeze. Omar Rebbe Chia bar Oven, Omar Rebbe Yeshua ben Karcha. Sochli Zaken Echad. Maybe it means Elyah Navi. Pamachas Alachti LeShiloi. I was once in Shiloi. Where's Shiloi? Shiloi had the Beis Hamikdash before we had it on Har Beis. The Mishkan. That is 1,000 years earlier was the Beis Hamikdash, was the Mishkan there, and the Ketairis was embedded in the wall. Let's stop right over here. Have a wonderful day. Shir Ma'alois Manishmara Boisai.
How you doing, Elyah?
Fleming Klein is on.
I couldn't get the camera to work. I don't know why. He said it was using it in the background or something. I don't know.
By the way, Rebelli, from yesterday's Gemara that you mentioned, so one of my Getters mentioned tonight, he said the same Rav Yashiv that he says you should have a Geschmacke Magitzir that makes the
Geschmacke what?
Geschmacke Magitzir. So this way you don't forget the learning. Makes it fun.
Hey, Elyah.
And he was talking about himself, obviously.
I don't know. Listen, you know.
Listen, I knew that Rebel Yashiv yesterday. Just Machmas Anova, I didn't want to say it out. It's not nice.
That's the first.
Elyah.
Yeah. Hi, Elyah. Proper, how you doing?
How you doing?
And Yoel's on. Yoel. Why? I like the background, Yoel. Beautiful.
Hi,
Beautiful.
what are we?
Hello, hello.
Can you add him for the picture?
I should ask who for a picture.
Father-in-law.
My father-in-law?
Yeah, he have a picture of me.
So you think I have enough time to call him up and ask him for a picture?
I don't have a number.
I'm sure you don't. But I don't have time. I don't have a number, I don't have time. So what are we going to do? You know when the last time I spoke to my father-in-law was?
Pesach.
At the word.
Yeah.
Under the
Okay,
chuppah.
fine. I'm sending you an email tomorrow
Isn't
about
it
something that you said for our Yenta. I'm sending you an email about
Don't give it away. Don't give it away. I need it to be a surprise.
But only show it when I'm on. Any weekday day.
Wow, it comes with instructions. You're like Eli Trapper. It gives me instructions. When to read it, when to read it.
Elyah.
What's out of
Elyah. Don't put any.
Was it my imagination, or did we have a share today about Cholah Stam being with Tamtam Alev Amoyach?
Oh yeah.
Elyah, don't put any blame on me. You're the one in big trouble now.
Whoa. Hello.
Uh-oh.
You're not gonna believe what I just did.
Big trouble from Eli Trapper. It's dangerous.
Guess what I did?
This is serious stuff. Listen, I don't think it's the first time I was in trouble from you.
Well, this is the first time. Guess what I did?
You're nice to me. You're nice. And then
Yeah, I might be nice. But guess what I did?
What did you do?
I made your good morning Rabbi say viral.
No way. How?
Through the whole Peterson Park.
Are you serious? When you were in Chicago, you screaming "Good morning, Rabbi Sai"?
Yes, I was.
And what
Through the title.
did they say?
Oh, they enjoyed it.
Oh yeah, they have what's going on.
They knew who you were.
Yeah.
They knew.
Is Ravelli allowed back in Chicago?
100%. With open hands. With open
Wow.
arms.
If it makes the chasna
You
here.
made Good Morning Rabbi Say famous in Chicago, huh?
Yeah.
Chicago will never be the same. He mixed it with Good Morning Vietnam.
But the guy
Ravelli.
didn't say He just says Good Morning Vietnam.
I added that one also. I added also.
Let me hear how you said it in Chicago. Let's hear.
Good morning, Rabbi Side.
Great, great. So you're back in New York?
Elyah, you can almost retire.
Yes.
So listen, Eli.
Eli,
Yeah.
in my email, there's a line in there that's really a Yiddish line. It doesn't translate well into English.
Yeah.
When someone asked if you go to another Rebbe for a bracha, the answer is "Mit pashet nicht a fremde Felder."
Ah.
And there's a famous story with the Karliner, with a chassid the Balatanya, and he answered him that you're a general, but you're not my general. And I'm a chassid, but I'm not your chassid. Mit pashet nicht a fremde Felder.
You should have said it in Yiddish. You should have said it in Yiddish. And then translate. Next time.
Doesn't translate well.
Yeah.
Learn another
But it's all good.
language.
I'll tell you the truth. I didn't understand it so well, but I figured everybody else
But on
understood.
Shmooze, you would have been benefited to being a Lubavitcher because you wouldn't have to say Rus and no Agdamis. It would have been a lot easier. It would have been much faster. You wouldn't have more time for Gemara and Daf Yomi.
Ger also doesn't say
You guys don't say Agdamus?
Nothing. Ain't no even Agdamis.
Who made it? Who made that Agdamus? It wasn't
Why you
invented.
asking me?
It was
Ger
made
also
by
doesn't say.
Yisrael Najara.
It would have prevented a fight in the other shul with the Gabbai.
It's interesting that this whole thing of Tikkun Leil Shmooze, by the way, is straight for his Kabbalah. I mean, it's such an interesting thing that it's so accepted by so many Eden.
By the way, you should know I saw it today in Shulchan Aruch. The guy showed it to me, a Chassidish guy, and he showed me the Chok Yaakov. You can
Good
see
night,
it on the spot.
everyone.
It says Ein Lasses.
Ein Lasses what?
Taking Leil Shavuos. He writes it
What?
for Amaratim. It's for Amaratim.
To do what?
Really? The Yosef Kara was Amoritz?
No, the Chok Yaakov on the Shulchan Aruch on the page there. I'll send you a picture of it. I took it today, and he writes it for Amaratim.
What?
Taking Leil Shavuos.
To say it?
Loi Oisakain. I'm not saying it
Go
over.
into every
I'm
shtibel and say that.
when I saw it.
I don't know. The Bala Shulchan Aruch, Rabbi Yosef Kara is the one that started it. It's from the
Every
Zohar.
Every shtibel has a whole stack of them.
You look at the Chok
What?
Yaakov, it's the last line on the page there.
All right, Rabbi said in Chap. It's already 8:15. I got to run.
Have a great day.
Everybody,
Hey,
tomorrow.
Take care.